All right, so are you ready for this? We're diving deep into October 10th.
Uh,
Let's just say the tarot cards are hinting it's going to be interesting, you know?
Especially for you Aries out there.
Right.
Now, before you think we're about to, predict your future or something.
Remember, this is all about using the cards for self-reflection. It's
Yeah.
more like a, how would you put it, a cosmic mirror,
Yeah.
not like a crystal ball, you know?
Yeah. Think of it as a way to understand the energies that are kind of at play.
And how you can, best navigate them, how to use them to your advantage.
And October 10th, well, it's got some pretty interesting astrological influences going on.
Ooh, tell me more.
Well, for one thing, Jupiter. That's the planet of expansion and, growth. It's in retrograde.
Now, for anyone, this can be a time to kind of turn inward.
Like reevaluate goals, priorities, that sort of thing.
Okay.
But for an Aries,
And Aries is known for that go-getter attitude, right?
probably
So this retrograde, it might feel like a cosmic speed bump, I guess.
prompting you to slow down a little, consider the bigger picture,
Okay, so it's more a time for, like, reflection then.
rather than just rushing into things.
Exactly.
Got it.
What else is brewing in this cosmic cocktail for our Aries listeners on this day?
Well, we're also still kind of feeling the effects of that recent solar eclipse.
The one in Libra.
And that one, it often shakes things up in, well, relationships.
Oh, okay.
So you might find yourself reevaluating partnerships.
Maybe seeking more balance or even
Maybe even attracting new people into your life who kind of reflect those themes.
lots to unpack there for sure.
Yeah.
But let's dive into the cards themselves, yeah.
Okay.
First up, we've got the Emperor.
But plot twist, it's reversed.
Oh.
So normally the Emperor, it's all about structure. Authority, being in the driver's seat.
Right.
But reversed, that's a whole other story.
Right. It's like, imagine you're walking into a meeting.
You're totally prepared.
Okay.
You're the expert. You've got this.
But then the energy shifts.
Maybe someone challenges your ideas or some unexpected obstacles pop up.
This reversed Emperor.
It's asking you to consider, are you maybe holding on too tightly?
Could a little flexibility, a little collaboration be the key to, moving forward?
That's a really interesting way to think about it.
It's not about, like, losing control entirely.
But maybe about recognizing that sometimes the best leaders.
They know when to listen, when to adapt, and when to empower others.
Yeah, for sure.
So for our Aries listener, have you been feeling that pull?
Between wanting to take charge, but also needing to accommodate different perspectives.
It's a delicate dance. It really is.
And with Jupiter retrograde, encouraging introspection.
This could be a day where you're feeling that tension, more acutely.
It's like that internal tug of war,
Yeah.
On the one hand, you've got that natural Aries fire.
That drive, that desire to lead.
But on the other hand,
You're being asked to maybe embrace a more collaborative approach, to loosen your grip a little.
and that's where the real growth comes in, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Recognizing those moments where maybe, just maybe,
Surrendering control a little can actually lead to a more,
well, harmonious and successful outcome in the end.
yeah.
Okay, so we've got this reversed Emperor.
It's prompting some reflection on leadership style.
What does the second card in this reading have in store for us?
Well, we've also got the Five of Wands.
And, you guessed it, it's reversed too.
Ooh, two reversals.
Now, usually when I think of the Five of Wands, I think conflict, right?
Mm-hmm.
Competition, everyone trying to, outdo each other.
So what happens when that energy gets flipped on its head?
Imagine this. You've been working on this high-pressure project.
Deadlines are looming, everyone's stressed,
Yeah.
and suddenly it's put on hold.
Big relief washes over you, right?
Oh, yeah.
But there's also this lingering tension.
These unresolved issues that haven't really been, fully addressed.
Okay, so it's not that the conflict has, magically disappeared, but maybe the external drama has calmed down a bit,
Yeah.
giving you some breathing room to process what went down.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
And that's what this reverse Five of Wands is highlighting, you see.
The external battles might be on pause.
But what about the internal ones?
Have you truly made peace with your role in it all?
Have you learned the lesson? Or are you just relieved it's over without really reflecting?
That's such a good point.
It's like that saying,
Don't just go through it, grow through it.
yes.
So even though this card, it might bring a sense of relief
It's also a reminder to do the inner work.
to process those kind of lingering emotions so they don't, come back later.
Precisely.
And remember that Libra eclipse we were talking about?
The relationship one.
Yes. the one shaking things up in the relationship department.
This card ties directly into that.
It's urging you to find that balance between, asserting your needs.
But also being considerate of others,
So it's not about just avoiding conflict altogether
but rather learning how to navigate it
in a way that feels, authentic and empowering.
for everyone.
Exactly. You got it.
Yeah, it's like finding that sweet spot, where
Yeah.
you can speak your truth.
But still, like, listen with an open heart.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about understanding that real strength
It often comes from vulnerability.
and collaboration,
Yeah, okay.
not just like brute force.
So much to think about.
So, okay, for our Aries listener out
If
there,
you're looking for, like, the
Cliff Notes version, the key takeaways here.
how to navigate this cosmic playing field,
Okay.
what would you say are the main points from these two cards?
All right. So, first and foremost, remember being a leader.
It doesn't always mean being the loudest voice in the room.
Right.
This reversed emperor, it's like a little nudge.
To be a bit more flexible, in your leadership style.
Mhm.
One that values listening, collaboration.
Just as much as taking charge, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Imagine, like, you're a ship captain.
You're definitely in charge,
Right.
but you've got to rely on your crew, right?
Listen to their expertise. Adjust course if you need to.
To reach your destination.
I love that analogy.
So it's about leading with strength.
But also that willingness to adapt,
Yeah.
which honestly can be a tricky balance.
Especially for, our Aries friends.
Oh, absolutely.
Who've got that take charge energy.
Yes, they do.
Right.
But, when you find that balance, that's when the magic happens.
And speaking of balance, that's our second key takeaway, right?
Okay.
Conflict resolution.
You might find things have calmed down a bit, externally at least,
Right.
thanks to that reversed Five of Wands.
But remember, it's not about just sweeping things under the rug, right?
Right.
Use this time to process.
Whatever emotions are lingering,
Yeah.
maybe do some journaling, meditation.
Or even just have a heart-to-heart with someone you trust.
Think of it like tending a garden.
Sometimes you need to pull out those weeds, those unresolved feelings,
Right.
so that the flowers, your relationships, your peace can bloom.
It's so easy to just want to move on.
When a conflict seems like it's over,
It is. It is.
But actually taking the time,
to process what happened, that's where the growth is.
100%,
Right.
because those unresolved emotions, they'll find a way to come back.
When you least expect it.
Oh, yeah.
And usually with like twice the intensity.
Right.
So use this opportunity.
Do the work, clear the air,
Okay. So we've got,
embrace a more flexible leadership style.
and then prioritize inner peace.
What else is this cosmic combo telling our Aries listener?
This brings us to number 3,
Okay.
finding balance in relationships.
Because relationships are all about give and take, right?
Exactly.
Like finding that middle ground where
Yes.
everyone feels heard.
Precisely. And for an Aries, well, they tend to lead with their own needs.
So this might take a little effort, to step back, really listen to the other person.
Which can be tough.
If you're used to getting your way,
Or if you feel like you have the best solution,
of course.
Mm.
But here's the thing.
when you really listen,
When you try to understand,
instead of just, needing to be understood,
right,
it opens you up to a whole new level.
of connection, intimacy even,
Because sometimes the most powerful thing,
you can do in a relationship is just listen
yes,
with an open heart.
100%.
No judgment, no need to fix anything.
Exactly. Just create that space.
The real understanding connection.
Okay, so we've got flexible leadership.
Inner peace, balanced relationships.
That's like a solid foundation for anything, really,
Yes.
cosmic or not.
Right.
Anything else our Aries listeners should keep in mind.
As they navigate October 10th.
Well, all of this leads to our final takeaway.
Yeah.
Make time for reflection, for growth.
Okay.
Jupiter's in retrograde, remember?
The planet of expansion.
Right.
This is the perfect time for a little soul searching.
Okay.
Think of it like hitting pause on a movie.
You're not stopping it
Just
completely.
taking a second to think about what you've seen so far.
Okay.
Maybe rewind, rewatch a key scene.
Maybe you even want to watch a different movie
I like that.
because it's so easy to just keep going,
It is.
especially with that
With that Aries energy, But taking that pause,
reflecting, course correcting.
that's how you make sure you're on the right path.
Exactly. Use that energy to your advantage.
Don't be afraid to ask the tough questions.
What are your long-term goals?
Right.
Are you living in line with your values?
Are you living a life that, feels authentic, fulfilling?
Mm-hmm.
These are the things Jupiter retrograde wants you to think about.
It's like that saying,
Unexamined life is not worth living, or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
This is your chance to get real with yourself,
Take stock, make sure you're on track.
to create the life you really want.
Yes, and who knows?
Maybe this will lead to some amazing realization.
Or even a total change in direction.
It's like the universe is giving you a permission slip,
Yes.
to slow down,
Reassess, make sure you're still,
headed in a direction that feels right.
embrace the pause, listen to those whispers.
You might be surprised what comes up.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
For our Aries listener,
any final words of wisdom for them?
for navigating October 10th, with all this,
Leadership, reflection, balance, growth, all that.
remember the stars, they can guide us, but
You're the one writing your story, right?
okay.
These cards, the planets, they're like,
Tools to help you find your own wisdom.
right.
And then you make the choices.
It's like having a cosmic toolkit, kind of.
Exactly.
But you're the one who decides what to use.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
So as you go through October 10th,
Lead with strength, but stay flexible.
Okay.
Find those moments of peace.
And listen. Really listen in your relationships.
And most importantly, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Use this energy.
to reflect and grow.
Yes, yes. Growth is key.
You know what I love about tarot and all this?
It's not about, someone telling you what's going to happen.
Right.
It's about understanding yourself better
Exactly.
so you can make what you want happen.
It's about empowerment.
Taking these old symbols, using them to light your own way.
I love that.
So, Aries, as you go about your day on October 10th,
Remember what we talked about?
embrace that flexibility
Find your peace. Listen with an open heart.
and really use this energy to reflect.
Yes.
Make sure you're still, excited about where you're going.
And remember, even the smallest thing can make a difference.
Okay.
If you're feeling pulled in all directions, ask yourself,
What's one tiny thing I can do today?
to bring in that balance,
Yeah.
that collaboration, self-awareness.
Right.
Maybe it's, I don't know, reaching out to someone you argued with.
Or instead of doing everything yourself, maybe you delegate.
Or even just take 5 minutes, breathe deep.
Connect with yourself again.
Just listen to your gut.
Yes. Trust yourself
Right.
and watch what happens.
What a great message to end on.
You've got this, Aries.
You do.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep evolving, and
Keep diving deep.